So what are anime tropes? The best way I can describe anime tropes is something that appears constantly in every medium of anime. For instance, an example, the pervert grandpa that is also very strong. And that always happens in every show you watch that contains an old man. Somehow he's a pervert and he's probably one of the strongest person there, or at that time one of the strongest persons on the team. So now that we know what anime tropes are, let's get into the worst anime tropes that ruin anime completely. And I know you may have a few in your mind at this point, but I gather some of the worst, the most despicable ones that I can't even really watch a show when these things happen. To start this off, we're gonna go with one of the more annoying ones that I see happen on every show, it seems like. And that's the mid-battle explanation about what their power does or why they did what they did. Like, brother, I do not need to know mid-fight why you did what you did or what your power is. I don't give a damn. You run your hands, box. Do something. We're killing each other. Why do you feel like you need to explain anything to me at this point? It has already got past the point. You already killed 50,000 people probably. Why do I need to sit here and talk to you? It's obvious you are the villain. There's no way in hell you can explain your way out of just killing 50,000 people or trying to even kill people in general. The protagonist should just go on and fight and stop trying to hear the villain story out, because what is there to hear? You just seen this man do the most despicable thing, and you probably fighting him at the end of the series, and you probably seen everything he did leading up to get where you are now. There is no need for explanations or try to get him to become a good guy. What's the point? Like, seriously, let's think for a moment. What would be the point in me hearing you explain your power to me? It makes no sense. You just giving me an advantage for what reason? But then they kind of throw it off as, oh, he's being cocky, so he's gonna tell me what his power is so I can learn how to counter it. What's the point of that? And sometimes it be the most overpowered ability where there is no counter, and then it's just explaining that there is nothing you can do about it. Okay, then why would you need to explain there's nothing I can do about it? If you summon a black hole, I'm pretty sure I can understand what your power is and what it does. That's something that more so feels like it's for the reader when they're explaining how their power works and this and that and that. You could have done that on the side but before the battle again, you could explain it to one of your henchmen. Oh, I will never be defeated because okay, that would be cool. But mid-fight, bruh, come on. And why the fuck did the protagonist just sit there and listen to it? Like, oh my God, he's giving me the battle strategy. Yeah, no shit, yeah, but it's past that point of listening, because the whole time the nigga probably listening to your little speech, he probably setting up some bullshit in the background. That's what I would think. I would think he's planning to sneak attack me if he here talking to me. Like, bro, look at Sukuna. What would be the point of him explaining his most powerful technique or his maximum technique? What would be the point of him explaining to anyone in that verse his technique? It only makes it stronger in that verse, but at the end of the day, there's no point of him explaining because nobody can do anything about it. That's the point. That's what the point I'm trying to get off, and this is the example I'm using so you understand. And don't be in the comments, well, he explains the technique so it's smart on the character to listen. No, brother. Half the time in these cases, there's nothing they can do about their strongest technique when it comes to the villain. So what will be the point? I don't need to know how useless it is. Fuck it, just kill him. Just shoot it, do something, like just keep fighting. What's the point? But you know, I do have some leeway to explaining the powers because more of it is just for the reader itself. I can give some leeway to that. I cannot give the mid-battle conversations any leeway because there is no fucking point of hearing your story out, my brother. We can see your story after you die. That's the best way to put a story into the anime about a villain or anything. Why would I need to see it while he's fighting? Give me the action. I'm already hyped up. Give me what I wanted to see already. Stop stopping the fight to talk about your life and how it was trash. Okay, bruh. The time for sympathy is over. And so I don't stay on that point any more than I could and explain how it is dumb to explain your tragic backstory, what you want to do in the future, your dreams and hopes and aspiration during a mid-battle fight where half the city destroyed and 50,000 people probably died, maybe even more or less. It could be 5, but still people are dead. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next point. And now we are on to the next anime point, which is having weak female characters. And this is a point where I get and don't get at the same time. When you look at the outer world perspective, most mangaka are writing for underage boys on the level of like 13, 12, and they don't want to look at a female doing, oh, I'm powerful, I'm strong. They don't want to see that. I understand that to a certain degree, but I feel like times have changed now. And I feel like it's always interesting to see a strong female character. So I think some manga could kind of misdirect it with that point of having, well, boys don't want to see girls doing strong things. Sailor Moon is popular. I think a lot of dudes watch that. Bro, Frieren right now is popular. The main character is a female and she does strong shit. I think it's more befitting for female characters to be really strong because I feel like it's more scary. The thing when you have a man be very strong, it's like, oh yeah, he's a man, of course he's gonna be strong. That's cool. When you see a female be strong, I feel like it's more intimidating because all the power they didn't have before, at least in real life, it feels like it's amplified and they do more crazier things when they have more power. It's in every show, it's shown that. Because look at Esdeath from Omegatai Kill. That is one of the most scariest villains I've seen in a minute. Reason being because if you put yourself in that situation, what could you do against her? Nothing. And it's not that you can't do nothing against her, it's just the fact that she won't always kill you immediately. Nigga, she will strip you naked, force you to kiss her feet, and be her bitch. I'm good. I am good off that. I don't want that happening to me at all. At least I know if I fight Sukune, he gonna chop my head off and kill me instantly. Like, I feel like female characters with a lot of power are very scary, my nigga. There is a whole different level because they always were suppressed down here. Now when they get up here, it's a whole different story. It's a whole different story. And man, come on, please stop making the female side characters weak when they're next to the strongest dude and probably had to help him a couple times. Like, why does she need to be weak when she's the one next to the strongest nigga in the universe, probably receiving the same training or see what he does and probably could train the same way? Like, I think there's something that needs to change in anime with that. Come on, make the female stronger. We already seen a lot of shows do it really well, and I don't see why they can't have that happen in most anime. Like, why do they always need to be sidelined, bro? Half the time, the females characters have more interesting story and background than our main character. Because half the time in these in these animes, the MC is just a boring ass nigga with a boring ass power. I'm not even joking with you. Again, what more can I say on this point? Make females great again in anime, bro. Make them strong. Please do it. Now we're going to explain one thing that really ruins anime for a lot of people coming in and a lot of people that are already here. The over-sexualization in anime is a big problem. Let me tell you why. The reason why this is becoming a bigger problem than it was before is because they don't know where to draw the line at. There is no line for them. They feel like, oh, we did this with this character. Oh, we did this with this character. When did we stop? Where's the line? This is the type of anime we made. Bro, the thing I'm explaining is when it comes to over-sexualization in anime, they over-sexualize the adults, right? They go there. Then they go to the teens. I'm like, whoa. That's when it gets like, whoa, hold on. And then when a random child pops into the anime, you already know what they do. They do some weird shit. Like, we do not need to see upskirt angles of a fucking kid. Like, we don't need to see that. We don't need to see that at all. We don't need to see any type of angles that even suggest that this is happening or none of that. When a kid gets introduced into those animes, sideline them. Put them off to the side. Put them in the background. We don't need them here in the spotlight. And get off the teens, bro. Let them live, bro. Please. Just keep it to the adults. Even so, it ruins anime a lot because that becomes some people's personality. Like, when you look at Nami nowadays, back in the day, she was cool. She didn't really have all what she had now. But every chance that this nigga Oda get in every movie, she's either naked, in the bikini, or getting dressed. Come on, gang. And what else is she there for? Nothing, to show some ass. He always picked the craziest angle to show him in, bro. Come on. Even when she's explaining something about the story or something cool, this nigga gives her a shot up her ass cheeks or down her dress, bro. Come on, gang. Just let her talk. Just let her talk. And the only other personality trait she has so far is beating up Luffy or someone else or Brook. Any one of those. Or just being nice to Chopper. That's it. Like, that's it. She has no more depth anymore. And that happens with a lot of characters and a lot of other shows where they don't know what to do with their character anymore. They just start making them over-sexualized for whatever reason. Like, it's cool at some points. Okay, cool. But when we start doing it too much where we don't know where to draw the line at, that's when it starts getting like, come on, bro. I'm tired of seeing this. I seen the same thing for the last 500 episodes. I'm tired. And the last anime trope that I've seen that really just takes me out of it, but it's one of the most popular anime tropes in general, is the overpowered teenager that just beats everyone because. Like, I feel like I don't even need to list the people on here. It's everyone. It's literally everyone in the anime space. There are a couple exceptions, but it's majority, especially the popular ones. That is the case. Like, why can't we just have a main character that also has an interesting power and it has an interesting story to him? Like, he can have an interesting story, he can have an interesting power, he can have an interesting life in general, not just like basic things, so he can relate to the reader. We don't need that. Make him cooler, make him do something nice. Like, we like cool fits, which the main character never has, unless you're Ichigo. He be putting that shit on, I'm not gonna lie. Every other main character be dressing like dog shit. Come on, give our main characters something interesting, because that is the person we're gonna be following the most, and we want to be entertained by what we're seeing. Make us entertained by what we are seeing, my nigga. It's not that hard, come on. And he doesn't need to be the 12-year-old that beats everyone. Let him be 25, let him be 30, let him be 50. Now, I don't give a shit. Let our main character be a different age other than a teenager, and let him stop beating niggas that are 1,000 years older than him or 50 years older than him and have the most experience. Okay, we get he's gifted and talented, but that don't mean shit in terms of experience. When you have experience on certain things, you kind of outweigh what is you being a prodigy. I'm not even gonna lie, you kind of do in certain aspects of life, yes. But with that being said, I feel like there's nothing more I have to say. I feel like those are the main points that really ruin anime in general and makes things hard to watch. So if you like that video, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, because I need the help and you need some cool content, and I make kind of cool content and I'm trying to get better at it. So just subscribe, man.